The birth of two theories in economics. Back in the late 19th century, the world of economics was taking shape around how people make decisions about buying goods. At the forefront of this thought was Alfred Marshall, one of the giants of this time. Marshall came up with the idea of utility theory, where he explained that people could make choices based on utility or satisfaction they get from consuming goods. He even tried to measure utility in precise numbers, a method called cardinal utility. Imagine being in a store buying goods and you could rank how happy you are each time you make a purchase. This method worked well enough, helping explain demand and prices. However, it had its limitations. Marshall's theory assumed that the utility of money remained constant and that people could somehow measure happiness in exact amounts. But that doesn't quite capture how people really behave, does it? Real life is more complex. For example, the Giffen paradox, where an increase in the price of a good could actually lead to an increase in demand, couldn't be explained by this simple utility model. Then comes the early 20th century, and with it, a new wave of thinkers who saw limitations in Marshall's utility theory. John Hicks was one such economist, and Hicks, together with Roy Allen, shifted the focus from trying to measure utility in exact numbers to understanding the choices people make. They introduced the indifference curve analysis, a method that didn't require precisely measuring utility. Instead of saying, this good gives me 10 units of satisfaction, people could just compare their preferences. They could say, I'm equally happy with 2 apples and 1 orange as I am with 1 apple and 3 oranges, without assigning exact numbers to their happiness. This method was revolutionary because it worked with fewer assumptions. Hicks' ordinal utility approach didn't need to assume the constant utility of money, or it didn't even want it to measure satisfaction directly. It allowed economists to explain more complex phenomena like how a change in prices affects demand through both the income effect and the substitution effect, some things Marshall theory clearly missed. With indifference curve analysis, Hicks could also explain real-life situations like complementary and substitute goods, and even the Giffen paradox much more effectively than Marshall could. By breaking down the effects of price changes into substitution and income effects, economists could now see why in rare cases people might end up buying more of a good when its prices rise. And that's how economic world shifted from trying to measure satisfaction to understanding preferences and choices, leading us into a deeper, more nuanced understanding of how consumers behave. That's all for now, guys. If you enjoyed this, share it with all your A2 friends, and I'll see you all around in the next video. Until then, take care.